scorecard on this call. Everybody knows it. We move on. So now we have something called ethical consideration. Why do we have ethical consideration? Because now in today's world we are having a lot of business ideas that are not necessary. Even outside the country, I know of a startup outside the country in India that has a valuation of $22 billion in 2021. And this is 2020 valuation is now $52 billion to $1 billion. That is very bad. We need to ask ourselves what are the ethical considerations or what are the ethical issues that are facing the startups for them to have lost such a huge amount of money in valuation. Right? We need to be as finance professional already, we need to know that or a situation where you have your CEO telling you to pad numbers. You can't be padding number in 2024. Why? Because if anything blink, even just exchange rate can wipe your company off the floor. So everybody needs to know what is happening. Just exchange rate in Nigeria can wipe all the profit of your company. So imagine that during the year, your company is not aware of this exchange rate and you are not telling them about it. And at the end of the day, at the end of the year, that's when you are doing translation. And at the end of the day, everything that they think that is going well started crumbling in the it doesn't make sense, right? And as such, we need to be aware of these things and we need to be cognizant of them. Again, what are the key takeaways, right? We have to adopt advanced analytical tools, even starting from Excel. So I will list those skills, those Excel functions again. I mean, VLOOKUP, you need to know how to use it. XLOOKUP is there, you need to know how to use it. Sum is there, sum if is there, product if is there, if and ifs are there, pivot table, conditional formatting, index and match, index match, and a whole number of these things are there. You need to be able to use them. And then we mentioned VBA and macros as well in the past, right?
Okay, yeah.
There are a lot of
So
new
I'll
technologies
call
that
you.
are coming up. Talking about accounting
Sorry.
standards and cloud-based
I'll
accounting
call
and
you.
stuff. All you just need to do, in my own opinion, right now, is as much as possible, just ensure that you know your double entry accounting very well first. Then learn one or two accounting software and be able to tell anybody that you can use them. And then project yourself as someone who is always ready to learn. Your learnability skills or your curiosity must be seen across board. Right? And then the last but not the least, right? I've said it before, accounting started with double entry. Now we are getting to financial analysis, real-time reporting. Like real-time reporting. And how do you go about real-time reporting? You can leverage your Google Sheet for those companies that are still small businesses, or if you are working with startups that don't have money to deploy some of these big accounting software and stuff like that. Leverage Google Sheets, or just tell your company to invest in Microsoft 365, and then you guys can be able to work cross-functionally within the team on Microsoft Excel, such that things are automatically updated, and whatever A is doing, B is saying it, whatever B is saying, C is also saying the same thing, right? And financial analysis, like, is becoming a thing of the day, and everybody needs to have an idea. As simple as budget versus actual is financial analysis. As simple as and guess what? A number of people are not even aware of this. So you need to be aware of them, and you need to invest time into learning about these things, right? So I think at this stage I will take questions. Any questions, please? Questions.
Thank you so much, Kudus. Thank you so much. So please, if you have questions, please raise your hand. Corporate hands have been hot since I don't think you should just raise it now. It has been hot for a while. Okay, someone just raised.
Salahuddin, I can see them now.
Okay.
Salahuddin, you have the floor.
Mr. Will have a good evening. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for this for having this session. We really
Ask
appreciate
questions
you.
now. Okay, so
Allowing with your knowledge. Can you hear me?
yes, loud and clear.
All right, sir. So, like you said, that we need to be aware of some things as an accountant. But you know, like you rightly mentioned, when you are not using some standards or some tools at your workplace, you know, when you learn something, the most important thing is for you to put it into use. But when you don't have the platform in which you make use of it,
What is
or
bad, Salaudin?
where you make use of those knowledge in that scenario, in that field.
Yes, loud and clear, but please be brief. Go ahead, be brief. Just go ahead.
All right, all right. So in a situation whereby those tools you just mentioned is not used at your workplace currently, how do you get acclimatized with it? How do you be able to use it
Very
in the
good
long run?
question, right? Very good question. Number one, teach somebody else. If it is by force by fire, teach somebody else. That's the number one thing. If you don't, and that's one thing about Excel formulas, right? The number of us have taken a lot of courses on Excel, but we can't even remember a number of formulas because we are not using them. Teach somebody else. Teach it to someone else. Talk about it. When you do all of these things, right? Guess what? When you do all of these things, you remember them from time to time. Write a post about it on LinkedIn. Use LinkedIn to write about those things. And those are some of the avenues that some of us even use to retain our knowledge. Write a post about it. Jot some things down about them so that you can always remember. And when it is time to use them, you can always use them. Because the truth of the matter is, like you've rightly said, even myself, as I am like this, let me give you a gist. Currently, I'm learning SQL. And why did I start learning SQL? Even though I know that it is not required in my current workplace. I've learned Power BI as far back as 2020, right? Guess what? I've never used it in any of my workplace other than once or twice. And that once or twice, I was the one that imposed it on myself that I must use it. When they say I should do budget analysis, they were expecting that I would use Excel. I said I must use Power BI, right? And then what do I mean? I'm learning SQL right now. Why am I learning SQL? Because of my future. I have a target to work with some certain big companies, right? And then some of the things that they are asking, even though if they are not going to use the SQL, they are asking for it. I said no problem, right? No problem. I'll get the skills and I'll be looking for the opportunity to explore the skills. So what do I mean? Once I'm done learning SQL now, you start seeing me writing about SQL on LinkedIn one way or the other. And that is my own way of retaining the knowledge. And I start teaching other people too. If you want to learn SQL for free, DM, send a DM, and then I start teaching people too. And those people will think that I'm doing them a favor, but at the same time, we are doing ourselves a favor because if nobody says they want to learn, you at the end of the day forget, right? So that is the way I look at it. I hope that answers your question. Benga Popola, please go ahead.
Very well, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Very well, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Some skills that we need to learn. He said soft skills. So I want to ask, it's not all accountants that are very good in some of these skills, like presentation skills and then communication skills, even with teamwork, with curiosity. Then I want to ask that how can we improve or how can we shape these skills that we can get to the optimal level?
Number one thing is you can take a course on this. You can take a course on this. Go on Google. Type of free courses on communication. If you take it to our listen or Udemy, you will see free courses. Or go to Coursera, apply for financial aids on some of these courses. You can start by taking courses on the subject matter. When you are done taking courses on the subject matter, then you start utilizing them within your workplace. You are going to be conscious of using them. When it comes to communication, right? When you are in meetings, you try to contribute. When you are in the midst of people, you try to contribute. When you are in, like you are already doing here, when you are in public spaces, you also try to contribute. You ask questions. You ask for clarity from time to time. When you are doing all of these things, it helps improve your communication skills. Let's say presentation, for example. You can take a course on what's it called? You can take a course on PowerPoint presentation or Google Slides presentation. Meanwhile, even taking the course is going too far. YouTube is there. YouTube is there. All resources. Just put it on YouTube. How to improve your communication skills. You will see a lot of videos on YouTube that you can actually use. How to get XYZ skills in 30 days. How to get XYZ skills in 3 months. You will see a whole lot of skills that you can actually understand. I hope that answers your question. When you get this, you get this apply.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Mr. Dennis, please go ahead. Briefly. Please go ahead. Hello, Mr. Dennis, please go ahead. You have limited time now. I think I have not more than 4 minutes to go. You are muted, Mr. Dennis, if you are saying anything.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. As an accountant who wants to transition more into the financial aspect of accounting and finance, who want to transition more into finance, what are the likely advice you want to give to such person? Because most likely, if you want to take courses in terms of finance, I try to evaluate most of these courses in terms of cost. Most of these courses, they are very, very expensive. Like you want to work a course on CFI or FMI, they are very expensive. But when one takes all these free courses on YouTube, you still not feel that much confidence. Like, okay, have I gotten all that I needed? Maybe if I'm going there, because you feel maybe okay, since I'm not taking the real course, like the one that is certification, am I sure that I've actually gained the skills that I really need in order to yeah. So that's one. Okay, and okay, that's just it. I just want to give
okay, let me
more
give
light to that aspect. Yeah.
Your opinion is actually valid, very valid. Let me tell you what I can relate this with. In 2021, I took a course from Udemy on transformational leadership because I wanted to improve my leadership skills. Guess what? In 2023, I had to take another course with Harvard, $1,750 on leadership again, because I felt like the one that I took in Udemy was probably 3,500 or thereabouts naira, right? And I'm still feeling like, but the truth of the matter is that, trust me, you are already getting skills. What you just need to do is now deliberately see yourself utilize those skills or explore them. What do I mean? Let's say, for example, you go on Google now and type how to achieve XYZ skills. When you achieve it on Google, it is free. So it makes you feel like, are you sure you are really having that skill? Now, to the point, volunteer for people that need it. You know, you have friends that are startup founders, right? That they probably don't even have any book of accounts. They don't have a number of things, right? Start engaging them in conversations and see how you can help them for free. Because you want to leverage you need a platform. I used to tell something, no matter how good or smart or brilliant you think you are, if you are not given a platform to try, you are nothing. You are nothing. So you have to leverage those platforms of your friends that are startup founders and stuff like that. You have to leverage them. And trust me, when you do and you see results, you become more confident. When you do and you see results, so you start small. Leverage those startups that you have around you or close to you. Leverage your current organization, and when you see results, you become more confident, and you can easily be able to tell that yes, you really have this skill. Till you get to that big level where you can be able to afford all of these things. Yeah, please go ahead. I think I have less than 1 minute to go now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I just want to say something. I really appreciate what you have said. Like, I remember when I was working in my first organization, then I was using QuickBooks. So I became very conversant and very well equipped on the use of it. So after I left that organization and I went to another organization, I got a job on that organization. There we were using another software. So after a while, I now got a job in another company. So when I got there, with all the information I got, I thought maybe definitely a very good accounting software. But when I got there, they weren't even using any software, and they were like using more of Excel. And I was like, I went to meet them, and I was like,
Wow.
I don't do manual accounting. I can't do manual accounting. So the only was like, okay, what is, I said, I work with QuickBooks, and definitely, I know, I've not done it before. Like, I've never installed, I've never like set up QuickBooks for anybody. But personally, I have done that because I have QuickBooks on my own personal system. I've used done one or two things on QuickBooks on my own personal system. But I've never done it for a company. So, but I was like, can I be able to do that? I told them, I can, let me set up the system for me. Because right now, I don't think I can work. But lo and behold, I just started doing it, and within 2 months transition, I was able to set up the accounting system. So I just
Perfect.
believe that even yes, I was able to set up an accounting system using QuickBooks. So like I was like, oh, so this thing. So that gave me the confidence that no matter any company, like I just feel like there's nothing there. I can really do it for any company. So most of the time, even sometimes we just see that we can do it, but we're not so sure because we've not really tried it maybe with a company or maybe for one startup or anything. So I just believe maybe the fact that you don't have to just try it somewhere, once you just try it, that confidence start to come up. Not just
Exactly. Exactly. And that's it. Really. That's it. Thank you very much for that wonderful contribution. Any question now before I hand over to Eniola? Any final question from anybody or any comment from anybody? If you have any further question while I am like away, probably when we are done with this, you can always connect with me on LinkedIn, right? You can always connect on LinkedIn, and I've tagged my name on LinkedIn, or you search for Idolapi on LinkedIn, you get me there. So you can always connect on LinkedIn. You can drop me a message. I think we are out of time already, so so sorry guys. I probably are not able to take any other question. Thank you very much for having me. AJH, thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you so much, Kudus. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. And thanks for giving all those valuable information that you gave to us this evening. I'm very sure many of us learned new things this evening. So thanks for teaching us those information and value. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So I guess we have
Bye
to
for
come
now.
to your LinkedIn to ask your questions, but their hands are still up. So thanks for giving that access to. Thank you.
Let them reach out to me on LinkedIn, please. I'm very, very available on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. Bye. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for being patient up until this moment. I'm very sure we learned a lot, and I'm very sure we are happy that we joined the call this evening. And we also appreciate your presence. We appreciate your patience. For those that contributed to, we appreciate it. Those that stayed on the call that didn't leave, thanks to everybody. Thank you so much. So till next time when we are going to have a meeting, we are saying bye to everybody. Bye. Have a nice week. Bye.
Okay, that's fine.